Hey guys, this is Chris, aka The Real C-Mac. Today I'm going to do something that I haven't done before. I'm going to do a hardware review. What we're going to look at today is this beauty right here. Get a good look at that. This is the DSE601H USB high voltage e-pipe. I got this from Gentleman's Reserve in BC, and I'll just show you what comes with it when you do purchase it. As of right now, when I'm taping this, he doesn't have this on his site yet. It's a nice kind of cherry wood look to it. I believe it is real wood. Finding information about this thing has been very difficult. I scoured Google for many hours trying to find info on it, and I've kind of just made a list of everything I could think of. But first of all, we're going to take a look at what you get. So you're going to get the pipe. Okay. Now, the pipe has a built-in atomizer, which is down that hole. Well, you can kind of see it, maybe not. A built-in battery, and it is an auto pipe, so it's an auto switch. You got this little jewel cover. Underneath that is the USB charge port and the built-in battery. So I'll just quickly take this off and show you. There you go. So you got the little USB plug in there. And try not to drop your little jewel top. I dropped it on some concrete and it dented. You don't want to dent the threading. So you get that. You get the stem mouthpiece. Okay. You're going to get a nice big block charger, which reminds me of the old blocky Apple chargers. It isn't branded Apple, so it's just kind of a generic thing. And you're going to get a USB cord. You're also going to get a bullet. Actually, you get 5 bullets. And of course, these aren't bullets, but they contain the cartridges that go in and sit on top of the atomizer in that pipe. Okay, they got a little condom on the end. Alright, which I have kept on there. I like these little bullet cases because I just put my carts back in them and I just label what they are in the end. It's nothing worse than having a bunch of cartridges, cardos usually for me, sitting around and I don't know what kind of flavor they are. So that was neat. You know, you can just label it, put it in there. I got a whole box of these things, just put them in there. I got 5 of these with my purchase. Okay, I should say the kits, from what Daniel tells me, are going to cost $65 Canadian, and we'll just include what you saw here. I have seen them online anywhere from $50 to $89. Some of them come with 2 mouthpieces and instruction manual and box and whatnot. This is just the pipe. There's no instruction manual, and there's just the 1 mouthpiece. Okay, so let's talk about the H in the 601H. It's high voltage. Now, from what I can scour on the internet, I found one place that claimed it was 5 volts this thing's outputting. So I'm going to say it's a 5 volt pipe. Okay. 700 mAh built-in batteries. Charge time is about 3 hours. So you're not going to want to have this as your standalone device unless you want to take a 3-hour break, which I rarely take more than a 10-minute break on my vaping. I'm sure you could charge a little bit, take it off, take a vape, put it back on, but that's going to take you all day. So let's take a look. These carts are refillable. It's just cartridges. I keep saying carts. Same thing, I guess. And also, if you want to take that batting out, that absorbing material. It does come out, and you can wash it underwater, dry it off with some paper towels, smush it in between some paper towels, put it back in there, put a fresh flavor in there. I don't know how many times you'd be able to refill this. I imagine quite a few. I've been playing with this thing for about a week, and I haven't. I've been switching a lot of flavors out, so I haven't really run one of these cartridges dry, and I keep topping them off anyways. You want to keep that wet, and that's just going to go in there and sit on top of the atomizer, and it just goes in. There's a little prongy thing there. You can grab it just so you can take it out. I will say that after you've been vaping on this for a while and you take it out, it's going to have juice and condensation all over the cartridge. So you're going to want a paper towel handy. Or what I've been doing, because if I don't have a paper towel around, is I'll just kind of pop that on there and kind of just, tap it down, and it'll go back into the little bullet. And you can kind of do the vice versa to get it back in there. You don't have to get your hands dirty. If you don't have a paper towel handy, it works out pretty good. So let's take a look at how it vapes, which is the most important thing. So that just slides right back on. Okay, this thing will turn, if you're sitting there and you want to vape from the side. I don't know. Anyways, let's take a look. It's got a little LED under there too. I should mention that. So it looks really cool when you're smoking it. You got that LED underneath the Juul. The Juul does have little sparklies in it. You can kind of see that on camera. I don't know if that adds to the ember effect or not. Looks kind of weird when you're not vaping on it. But one more. All right. This thing is a fog machine. I mean, it kicks out big, big, big clouds of vapor, which I absolutely love. That's awesome. It is a cold vape, compared to, like my Evo, the DCT. Nice and warm vapor. This one it's really just cold. No warmth to it at all. That may bother some people. When I first vaped it, I was really surprised at the cold vape out of it. Takes some getting used to, but it's definitely not a deal breaker for me. I love the way this thing looks. The flavor, you get pretty good flavor out of this. In the stronger juices, I find, it really comes through. Juices that aren't so flavorful, I was not getting the same flavor I would get from a Cardo or from just straight tripping. I found also that you get better flavor if you take a harder pull on it. This kind of makes you look weird, but it's really good though. I will say, if you do have a number of carts loaded up with different flavors, because you can't really get in there and clean this atomizer, it won't come out. You are left with the flavor of the old cartridge in there for quite a while. I have some tangerine lemonade in here. I switched it out with, I think it was a strawberry or something that's way more mellow in flavor, and I was still tasting the lemonade for quite a while. I would say a good 2 or 3 hours I was still tasting it. I vaped some pure PG in here just to try to draw out the flavor. I took the card out, and I also just vaped it right dry. in an attempt to get rid of that flavor, but it's still persistent. It's just, I guess it's just in the wick there, and it takes a while before it go away. So if you're looking to jump from one flavor to the next flavor real quick, unless it's really bold flavors, it's probably, you're probably going to be stuck with the old flavor in there. And I'm a a fruit vapor. So, those flavors are really distinct, and when you muddle them together, it's not always that great. So, that being said, awesome vapor. The throat hit's good throat hit. You don't really lose anything there. We got the built-in atomizer, the built-in battery. This thing looks great. I've had nothing but rave reviews from anyone I've showed it to. So let's get into some of the things I don't really like about it. Number one being the built-in atomizer. This atomizer is going to have a shelf life. It's going to, one of these days, it's not going to work anymore. It's going to get gunked up, or just die completely. And then, I mean, you're out the entire unit. If you want another, you can't replace the atomizer. You're going to have to buy this again. And I don't know if you can find just that. The other thing, one of the major things, is built-in batteries. It's got a 3-hour charge time on it. That's a long time to wait, especially if you don't have another backup battery or something. So you're gonna want, I'd really like a drop-in battery that I could just put in here. I know there's a manual version of this, which, from what I can tell, is more expensive. That does have the drop-in batteries and a manual switch on the plate there. But this is just auto, which some people really like. I actually kind of like it. I thought I wouldn't. I use all manual mods and batteries and whatnot. But there's something to be said for just picking up your pipe and just hauling on it. It's really nice. I probably look pretty silly doing that, but I was gonna get a Sherlock Holmes hat for this, but I couldn't find one. So, anyways, so we got the built-in Addy, we got the built-in battery. Also there's gonna be a shelf life on the battery in there. I think there's 2 little batteries in there. Not positive on that. Like I said, really hard to find information on this pipe. There's 2 or 3 other videos on YouTube, but not a lot of technical info. So the other problem was the condensation on the cartridge. I wasn't a big fan of that, but I got around it. As the battery winds down, the vape, it doesn't really change all that much. I didn't really even notice that my pipe was dying until this light LED started flashing 4 times. I mean, once it flashes 4 times, it's pretty much telling you got to recharge this thing, and then the vape just dies. Now, you can still get little tiny puffs out of it, but nothing significant. But pretty much for the life of the battery, I should say I got about a day out of this. Day and a half. No, not a day and a half. I got about a day and then maybe an hour in the morning. I'm using it all day, puffing on this thing a lot. And the first day I used this, I got a bit of a headache because I don't think I was realizing how much vapor I was actually getting out of this thing. And I was kind of excited about it. But I mean, it's just monster clouds of vapor. There's really not too much more I can say about it. Overall, I really like it. It's fairly inexpensive for a pipe, but that all depends on how long that atomizer lasts. I'm gonna come back with another video. I'm gonna keep puffing on this thing. I'm gonna keep vaping it as much as I can, and I will let you know how long this thing lasts. You know, I'd love for it to last forever. I doubt it's going to. And you know, you gotta just ask yourself if you want to spend the $65 on it for an unknown shelf life. For me personally, I would. I love the look of it. I love the feel of it. You know, I've always wanted an e-pipe ever since I started vaping. You know, it's definitely a lot cheaper than some of the handmade ones, and even cheaper than the manual one. So if you're looking for a nice beautiful pipe and you don't want to spend too much money, I would definitely check it out. Tons of vapor, nice throat hit, good flavor. You know, there were some downsides which I explained, but for the most part it's a winner in my book, and it's something I'm carrying around with me along with 10 other things constantly. So check it out. Gentleman's Reserve, $65 for everything that I described, and you'll be in vapor heaven with this thing. So thanks for watching my review. Any questions or comments, just put them down below and I'll answer them right away. Thanks.